That's why I'm here.
This is not my first time.
That's why I'm here.
If you can check very well, I tried this with NISA.
Calm down. Just calm down. This is not government funds. This is a private business. Okay. All right. We are trying to make sure we help farmers, right? Rightly. We are not after the political farming, a real farming, because we need to make profit from it. So what we are doing, the reason why I say you go to AFAN is I will leave them with the KYC for you. It's not my job to do a KYC on you and your farmers. So they will interview you and be sure you're good to go for business. Then they will allocate how much, because what I'm saying is you're doing 150 thereabouts almost every year. You're not doing up to 150 million. And then we can do that for you a season for all the range of your crops. Are you getting me? Or if you want to scale up, you want to go higher than that, maybe 200, 500. I will not advise you to do that. I would advise you to scale up, but not too much. Because if you look at your profits, yeah, you're doing about 50% profits. Definitely a lot of things would take your funds also from the profits. Maybe what you take home would be about 30 to 35%, right? From the profits you're making. Because 2022, you did 120 million. You realized 2015 general as profits, right? And this profit, definitely, you will have to subtract all your costs and everything. So I don't know how much you take home, you get. So it's an easy business, right? I give you, it's easy because we already have a business plan with the AFAN. I'm not saying come on the AFAN and do business with them, no. But they can release funds just for you to be their members. And that's all. So we do business. We can sign you, onboard you, and then they will do the KYC for us. You get, because of recovery. It's not more than that. But we can assure you at the funds, I'm okay with your business model, right? And we can do business. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. We need to, so Emmanuel, are they ready for us? The online people. We have a virtual pitch to take. Otherwise, if they are in the panel, they are with Richard. So just give us 30 seconds to confirm whether the virtual pitch is ready. Otherwise, we move to the next person. Thank you very much. So what you should do now is go to that, go to Emmanuel and register, just give him your details. I'm not sure he has your details. Just go to him or the desk and put down your details.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so can he say something so we know he can hear us?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
We cannot hear him.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me? You can. Okay, so pending when we can hear you, since you can hear me, just go straight to the point because of time. Tell us your name, the name of your business, what you're asking investors, and what that investment will be for. Can you give him volume now?
Good afternoon. I am Madam Lekon.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, Madam Lekon Oluwaseun, CEO, co-founder Abidance Agric. We started 2019. I and my partner Abere Oluwaseun. We started farming. Hello, can you hear me, please? Hello. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Your business name again, please.
Abidams Agric.
Your business name.
Abidams Agric. Yes, Abidams Agric. Yeah. Okay. So we started farming since when we were in school. That was 2017. And as a student of engineering, we had passion for agriculture. And what prompted us to venture into agriculture was a problem in agriculture. And what happened then was I had a friend who was in agric faculty, and they were doing what is called farm year practice. So she invited me to their farm site. And when I got there, I was surprised they were fetching water to water their farm site. And I was like, don't you people know about irrigation? And she was like, yeah, they know, but they can't do it. I was like, seriously? I'm a mechatronics engineer. So I told my partner, friend, please, can we look into this? And then we designed a model to help them out. And in the process of helping them out, we found, and we developed interest into agriculture, and then we were like, oh, let's venture into agriculture. And then we started with 1 hectare. That was 2017. And 2018, 2019. Hello?
I can hear you.
2018, 2019, we went for service. My friend served in the north, while I served in Ondo
Hold
State.
on. Can you
My
give me
friend,
volume on this mic? Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so
yes, I
just go
can hear
ahead
you.
to what you're doing now in terms of solution to the market. What is your solution to the market now? Then how much funding do you need and what do you need it for? Just go straight to it.
All right, sir. Well, over the year, we've been into agriculture and we've cultivated over 200 hectares of land. And we not just rain-fed, we also do much of irrigation. And just last year, the Commissioner of Agric for Ekiti State visited our farm site for irrigation, and it was really amused and wowed. So we approached the state ministry, and the state ministry gave us.
What do you sell to the market? What do you sell?
We sell agri-produce because we produce arable crops: maize, cassava, watermelon, beans, and the likes.
Good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So tomato, pepper, and the likes. And this drew the attention of the state ministry into our company, and they got interested, and the state wanted to compensate our effort. Being youth who started from scratch, we have our own personal.
How much did you make this year?
We've not rounded business for this year, but last year we made 80 million.
In revenues, okay. How much do you think you are setting up to make this year? What you know already?
Well, this year we are projecting to make between 120 and 140.
Okay, that's fine. So what do you need money for? Sorry, how much do you need now? You know, how much are you asking?
At the, well, we are requesting for 270 million naira for next year. 270 million naira. We just secured 50 hectares beside one of the biggest dam in Ekiti, and we want to irrigate it, and that will cost about 150 million. And next year, our projection for maize is 200 hectares, and also cassava, 200 hectares.
Okay.
In fact, we signed MOU with Crest Agro at Ashabo.
So you go into irrigation. The other one
Yeah.
will be what?
For maize and also cassava production.
Maize and cassava. Okay. Thank you very much. At that amount, you want loan or it's a loan you want?
We are open for both, either equity or for loan.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think just because of time, we need.
Please, I can't hear you.
Thank you very much, Oluwaseun. Your partner's
Please,
name? I can hear you.
Yes, I didn't hear what you just your last statement. I didn't hear it.
Don't worry. What Oluwaseun Abidak,
yes,
yeah? You are
sir.
in maize, cassava, watermelon, and tomatoes, and you're mostly doing it.
I can't hear you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, very quickly, you did 80 million, I think 2021, or is it 2020?
Yes. We invested about 54 million.
You did 54 million.
Yes.
For 80 million, yeah?
Yes.
And then the second year, was it this year? How long have you started this business?
We started the business 2019. We registered with CAC 2019.
Forget about the registration. I'm talking about when you started putting in funds into your business. How much?
That was 2019.
2019.
Yeah,
was it the time you made the 80 million? 2019?
No, it wasn't 2019. We made 20.
When did you make the 20 million?
That was last year.
Last year is 2021.
Yes, 2021.
Right? 2021, you invested 54 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you raise that 54 million?
Well, we've been farming since 2019, and before that, it was personal saving and also family and friends, and we told them this is what we do, and please come and put your fund into our business. So that was how we were able to raise.
How much did you give them a return?
Well, initially when we started, the model we adopt was you own the farm, and then we share the profit. We take
how much? How percentage?
We take 35%.
35%.
Yes.
The investors.
Yes.
So you need 270 million.
Yes.
To irrigate.
No, 150 for irrigation. 150 for irrigation. Why?
Okay, is it the irrigation farming or the process of irrigation? What the 150 million?
The 150 million is actually meant for the irrigation farm site. It's a 50 hectare. A 50 hectare is acquired by a company.
You have 50 hectares that you want to irrigate, and yes. These 50 hectares, you need 150 million. As a capital expenditure on it, yeah?
the irrigation and everything on it.
So you say it's close to the farm. It's close to a dam.
Yes, it's beside the dam. We actually
Are you building channels, or what are you doing? Are you building channels to your farm, or are you using? Are you pumping, or what? How are you doing?
Making use of. I was actually designing a model, a smart model. But before we will achieve that, we'll be working with drip irrigation and also sprinkler irrigation.
When do you expect? What is your expected year of return?
Sir?
What is your expected return on the 270 million, and when?
Well, to achieve, because the irrigation farm is going to take time to set up, and we already had a timeline of about 3 years to complete the setting up of the 50 hectare irrigation, full irrigation farm site. That will take about 3 years to complete. Why the cassava and the maize is actually two years, because we signed a deal of 18 months with Crest Agro Limited.
The deal
so within a space of 3 years, we'll be able to round everything up and generate money for all of the activities.
So it's for 3 years. And how much are you expecting in return? How much?
Well, we are expecting.
If you have 270 million now, how much are you expecting?
We are expecting about 400 million.
400 million.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as for me, with what I have here,
yes,
I'm interested in this. Not interested in this particular. I don't know whether other investors will be interested, and they are already in a meeting. I'm the only one now, so maybe we'll return you to them, and you know what to do.
Yes, thank you, Oluwaseun. Thank you very much. Your pitch has been received, and I mean, Tingo at the moment, is not very disposed to your business model today. Is that mic on? But what we are going to do is a deal manager is going to prompt you after now.
Okay, sir.
A deal manager is going to prompt you after now to let you know whether you have been matched with any other person or investor for further consideration. If you have any pitches or any documents, you can share them, where you receive that communication from the deal manager. But thank you very much for your pitch and your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
And good work that you're doing, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so. So let's just take the details. So want to briefly take both of you because you've waited a bit, and then we'll just take the highlights of what. Who's supposed to go first? Okay, you. We'll take the highlights of what you do very quickly, because we'll have other conversations to have. So tell us quickly, very quickly, what your business is about, what you're looking for, and why. The mic it's on. It's not on.
Oh, my name is Ogbu Joseph Wego.
Yes.
I'm from Benue State. Ogbu Joseph. OGB Ogbu.
Ogbu Joseph.
Yes.
Okay.
From Benue State. My company is Joe D. Levite Farms, registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. Joe D. Levite, D-L-E-V-I-T-E. Joe. D-L-E-V-I-T-E. Joe D. Levite Farms. I am into organic yam production. I produce yam using organic, and we are registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. Simply, the problem we are solving is that if you look at Nigerian product these days, when you eat, you discover that you have constipation because of excessive application of fertilizer by our farm. So on that, I decided to look into it, and I venture into yam production using organic. I started this business 2019. I have been able to access funds from World Bank called under Father Matri. They gave me 290,000, and I invested into this. I make 700,000, 2019, 290,000. Yes. When I invest it, I make 700,000 in return, and same thing, I keep doing it. In 2020, I made 1.5. In 2021, I made 4,500,000 like that, because my yam yet. So I have gone to different seminars on yam. I did.
Who do you sell your yam to?
Okay, I sell it within my state for now, but I'm still asking.
Who do you sell to? Open market? You just farm gates?
I have a seller, particularly one is
distributor.
Yes, distributor. I sell to them, then they resell to because of logistics. So I am looking for $50,000. What I want to do is I need a tractor, because I have about 25,000 hectares of land arable in my state, which is given to me by my father. He's a farmer. So I need $50,000 because I need majorly two things. One, I need tractor for plowing and the rest, and I need a box to be, because I have attended a program like this where I have about 4 different buyers who are interested in my business. One is in the problem I don't have.
So the $50,000
yes
is for tractor and what?
Tractors and logistics. That is, I want to get my own personal
tractor
vehicle
and logistics,
so that it will become.
What are you going to use to do the cultivation? You have your own working capital.
Yes, I do. That's what I said that I
right. So you just need tractor
and
why do you need a tractor?
I want to because in my place, tractor, if you are using it, you cost you like a day 50,000, and if you are applying to that amount of land that I've said, it will.
So you want to replace the cost of renting a tractor with owning over time. Have you done your cost saving analysis between renting and saving and buying? Anyway, that's fine. So I just wanted to know that 50,000 is for tractor and logistics.
Yes.
Not working capital, not inclusive.
Since I said I made 4.
That's fine. So that's most of what you want money for. Tractor and logistics.
Logistics.
Good.
Yes.
Response.
Of course, when you mentioned organic farming, I'm quite interested, because I have understanding that the soil in this country now, the pH has been degraded. We have a lot of issues, definitely because of the continued use of chemical fertilizers, which affect the market. As you said, the taste of food these days are not the same with what was obtainable then. So Tingo is driving projects in a conversion, going back to organic, so that every other person will be using organic. So I'm not sure if you have started organic direct or you started biochem. Have you done is it biochem or you have gone fully organic?
Organic. I use cow.
So you've gone through fully organic.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is your production like for 25 hectares you're using, right?
I'm not using all. I only use 3 of it because the money there.
You don't have the capacity to grow fully. So have you done your numbers on how much expecting on this yam? So I'm not talking about buyers.
Okay.
I'm talking about a projection on what you expect to make.
Yes.
If you utilize the 25 hectares, right? If you utilize it fully, how much are you expected to make?
Okay. Per 1 hectare, I'm expected like 4,000 tubers of yam from 1 hectare.
4,000,
Tubers of yam from 1 hectare.
4,200,
4,000 tubers.
4,002 bags.
Tubers.
Okay. Okay, 4,000 tubers.
Yeah,
of yam.
tubers.
Okay. Okay, 4,000 tubers of yam per hectare, yeah? Okay. So do you think you will cultivate the same number if you had been using conventional farming like fertilizers, chemical fertilizer? Do you think it should be higher or lower?
It should be lower because it reduces as you keep using it.
Yes. So you will get something lower than 4,000 tubers of yam. Okay. I'm interested in organic farming because I want us to start going healthy, eating organic. So I'm interested in your business.
Thank you, sir.
Or if your numbers are not feasible, if you don't, it's not going to work. So I just want to be sure of your numbers. We can have a deal, and then we can have a solution for your tractors and your logistics, right? We don't necessarily have to give you $50,000.
Okay, sir.
If you can get you a tractor, and we can provide what kind of logistic you require for your business, then we can go ahead and send something. We would go and see what you say you have currently. Well, we will send a team to monitor and then investigate how you're doing. This company is solely yours, right? Do you have other partners in it? Are you ready for partnership or you just want loan for this?
Partnership, I welcome them, sir.
You are ready for partnership and you're also ready for loan. So we will look at giving you some of these inputs, like your whatever. Then you will have to meet the deal manager to discuss what you are ready to bring on board in this business. Your business is clear. You understand. You know what you have. You know how much you are going to produce per hectare, and then you know what you require. We can provide those for you, and then if you need extra funds, we know how to work about it. Then you just give us the real figures and real time. I think I'm in for business with you. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
So cultivate your 25 hectares. We are good to go. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I wasn't on seat most time of your presentation, but definitely it caught my attention. Yam is an unusual value chain that you come about. So for you to be operating in that value chain, I think is commendable. And the little I heard you said should kind of give me an impression that you truly know what you are doing. You definitely need these resources, to be able to get to the next level. So I'm sure I can pick up the details of your presentation from the team. If we also need to reach out to you for any support, we'll let you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just because of our time, what we're going to do is, thank you very much. We'll take yourself just because of time, and then we would take what's that your name again? Pyrogenesis. Yes. So because we couldn't ask you questions when you presented. So when we take you briefly, we then go to him, and then as the spirit leads, because we have to wrap up, we will decide whether we want to add any other businesses. But just note that, the point isn't to sleep here or just make it this about this room particularly. The room continues, it continues online. We have your details. If you registered, there's a deal manager who will engage you. So even if you don't get to pitch here, so please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Tony Chinwe. I'm the group head of finance, corporate finance for Arewa Cotton and Allied Products Limited. Arewa Cotton is a nation that is engaged in cotton farming and trading of the products. And the organization has been in existence since 2009. And we have a factory at Wawa in Niger State. We also have a new factory that we are trying to set up in Kogi State. We also have a strategic partnership with some state government, to access land for cotton farming. Like in Ogun State, we have such partnership for 10,000 hectares. And the organization recently, because of the challenges, that is the challenge of getting raw material, adequate raw material for the ginning plant, we took a strategic decision to, do backward integration by engaging more in farming that we feed our factory, and also expanding, because cotton is a seasonal business. So when you get to the long stage of the business, the cash flow is very forward integration by expanding into other, downstream value chain, like the seed. When you separate the fiber from the seed, we want to start milling the seed to get the seed oil. Then the other one, we go to animal feed. We also want to start briquetting the straw. Some of those things that we want to do, including cotton wool, those are the things that we have embodied into the expansion that we are looking at. And for that expansion to happen, we will need about $25–30 million,
Okay,
because
that's fine.
we want to go into mechanized farming due to the size of farms that we have available. And these farms are contiguous land, which will bring down our cost of monitoring, So that is basically the business we are pitching.
How much was your revenue last year?
Last year is about 900 million.
900 million naira.
Naira.
How much are you setting up to make this year? And that's from what? Sales of what?
That's from sales of cotton lint.
Cotton lint, okay.
From sales. Also say, look at
what is the split?
Exact companies.
What's the split? Your local revenue and your foreign revenue. What's the split of that revenue? Local markets, foreign market?
I would say foreign market is about 60%.
60%, 40%. Yeah. Okay. And so now you're looking for $25 million?
Yes.
$30 million?
Yeah, 25 to 30.
What is the split of that in terms of utilization?
Utilization, we are looking at 60% going into equipment and machines.
Good.
We are looking at about 16% going into working capital.
That's fine.
The other one into civil work.
That's fine. Are you indebted today? Do you have a borrowing relationship today?
Yes, we do with Bank of Industry.
Okay.
And what we are looking for.
What did they fund? What did they fund?
Yeah, they funded the
machines
that is located in Kogi State presently.
Good.
That is here to be installed.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll allow them ask you the remaining questions.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So it's like my comments will be similar to Yam, because cotton is cotton is in a different class of its own anyway. And I believe investment into cotton industry can also improve our our foreign exchange struggles. So now that you are looking for $25–30 million, 65%, 60% for capex, right? That's what you mentioned.
60% for plant and machinery.
That's capital expenditure.
Civil work is also capex.
Okay.
Civil work.
So 16%
is purely for plant and machine. The harvesters and all that.
Okay. So do you have these? You have all the financials?
Yes, I do.
And you can share with us as well.
Yes, I will send
Then
it across.
the current credit you have with BOI is performing.
Yes, it is.
You don't have any other exposure to any bank?
No, we
apart
don't
from
have any
BOI?
other exposure.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
We are interested in cotton. We have a financial focus of sales and cost of sales for cotton for 2023. First quarter, we are looking into about 57 million for cotton. First quarter and second quarter, almost the same. I think it's uniform. About 57 million that we are ready to invest in the cotton. So cotton is of interest to Tingo.
Okay.
We have 5 commodities. So
sorry. Can I take those figures again? You said 50.
yeah, we our projections. Don't worry, I just give you.
Okay,
it's just about. Yeah, I can't give you the exact figure. Doesn't really mean anything to you. Really, it's for us. We expect to do about $57,800,000.
Million dollars.
Yeah, and then we are looking at first quarter is about 25,000 to 30,000 metric tons of cotton. Okay, so thereabout we are looking at that figure with the current exchange rate. We use the what do you call it? We use the official rates, you know. So we can sit down and talk business. We are interested in your business. We are interested in your expansion. We would like to see what you have already in business, and then your projections also. We would look into it very well. Only for you to understand, here is a deal room. So what we are telling is we have a deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a deal here, right? So what we do is, since, you know, for our 2023, we have rice, cassava, ginger, cotton, wheat, and wheat. So these are our stuff for what we have. Other stuffs that are small amount of funds we can go into, but these are our core
Areas of
interest for 2023. So cotton is one of them.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell you we have a deal. So what will stop us from dealing with Ariwa cotton? It's if your numbers are not right, or we find it difficult to see your track record and history, and then the revenue is not going to work for us, then that's the only way. But in this room today, we have a deal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ariwa Cotton. Yes, so we're going to immediately, please hand over the mic to the gentleman. I see you, but we have a schedule, and if we eventually get extra time, we may hear from you. Otherwise, we'll take you subsequently on an ongoing basis. So please go ahead, sir. Yeah, so you had presented, and you know the room wanted to engage you more robustly. So maybe you just do a quick summary recap again, and then we get into questions. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just wait for my co-director to join me, please. She's very capable. She could have handled this on her own, but I gather that she said you wanted to speak to me directly. I understand that, being the co-founder of Pyrogenesis, and also the co-inventor of the pyrochemy technology, which is a patented technology in Europe, America, the Arepo territory.
Sorry, but I have not said she's not capable. From our discussion, did I mention anything like that, man? You actually even answered the sort of question where I took notes, right? You did, but I didn't say she's not capable. She is capable, but I just said you pitched. And I found it, I even actually faulted them that you shouldn't be, you understand that. Look,
okay, I'm glad
it shouldn't go, yes, but it's my own, it's just for, you are the one who pitched.
Yeah.
You get, and then I need to speak with you, and I have my questions.
Yeah.
And then for you, as you pitch. So I wouldn't know how to go about it. pitching and then asking another person when, you know, so that's the reason. And I told her that you didn't pitch for me. That's why I'm not asking you questions, right?
Thank you for clearing up that.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
For both of you. I give her full regard and full respect. You are very much capable. I have no, well, because if we are going to be partners, I am actually interested in your business. You can see that she has told me bye-bye.
Yeah.
And I had to tell Richard to get you back.
Yeah. And she
so for you to understand that I really want this business.
Okay.
I have interest in your business, and because you have good business, maybe that's why you just come in. All right, let me just leave. No, we can do business.
Okay.
So let's talk business.
Thank you for the context and for clearing that up. I do appreciate it. So yeah, with pyrogenesis, we have developed a patented technology. Good afternoon. And we're in the process of bringing this technology to market. So technology readiness level at the moment 6, going to 7. And as you know, 9 is when it's fully available as an off-the-shelf product. So there's still technology risk, okay? And the technology risk is being de-risked by UK government grant funding in the form of Innovate UK, which is a UK government department that funds innovation. And they have a program called Energy Catalyst. So we are leading on one Energy Catalyst project, which is worth about £5 million, being delivered over 3 years. It's a consortium of, I think it was about 12 partners. And this is a very interesting project because we are building a industrial pilot, which will be housed at a cassava flour mill near Ibadan. The purpose of that pilot is to prove that the technology, which we already have built as a pilot unit in a 20-foot container. So that pilot unit currently converts combustible material into about 15 kilowatts of electricity and about 150 kilowatts of heat. So the purpose of this project, where the £5 million project cost is going to be developing, is to do the engineering upscaling from 20 kilowatts to a minimum, 15 kilowatts, sorry, to a minimum of 100 kilowatts. Ideally, we would like to go as large as 0.5 megawatt in scale for the electricity generation, because if you're dealing with an agri-processor, they typically want about 300 to 500 kilowatts power consumption at that kind of scale. Yeah. In addition, we are also from a previous Energy Catalyst project. So we had Energy Catalyst round 6, where we containerized the technology. We had Energy Catalyst round 7, where we then developed the method for converting the pyrolysis vapors that our reactor produces. If you remember, I said it's a pyrolysis reactor. In Energy Catalyst round 7, we worked with Aston University, where I trained and did my master's in chemical engineering. So one of my lecturers, who's a Nigerian, is
chemical engineer to University College London, UCL.
Yeah,
so good together.
So you know pyrolysis then, yeah? So yeah, so we developed a catalytic process for. Yes, we have an Energy Catalyst round 9 project in Nigeria, in Kano State, with University College of London as one of our partners.
Fantastic.
Doing the, they're helping us doing the life cycle analysis to evaluate the carbon footprint of our process. Okay, so we love UCL. Okay,
thank you very much.
That's why we're partnering with them. So,
yeah, sure.
But Aston was the one in Energy Catalyst round 7 who helped us to develop the process for upgrading the pyrolysis vapors into renewable kerosene, which they demonstrated that the purity of this kerosene is suitable for Jet A1. Okay, but in Nigeria, the market, we don't have any blenders or manufacturers of Jet A1, so we said let's make it suitable for household kerosene standard. Okay, so that took care of the biofuel component. So in this project, again, we're now upscaling, doing the engineering upscaling of the biofuel production unit to industrial scale. So we're upscaling the power generation and we're upscaling the biofuel production. supplies kerosene to around 700 filling stations across Nigeria. And with that partner and working with our previous project partner, University of Leicester, from round 6 and now in round 8. They also worked with us in round 7. So University of Leicester helped us to develop a geospatial mapping tool where we can look at any location on the planet. So take it as an off-grid farming community. We can draw a 10-kilometer or 5-kilometer radius, right? So we got 10 kilometers right across. So within 10 kilometers of that community, we can tell how much land is under cultivation, and therefore we can tell through the leaf index, through the satellite imagery, we can tell how much biomass is being produced within that 10-kilometer radius. Assets going to be available for one of our systems. So we can, in previous work that we did with them, we accessed the Rural Electrification Agency's database of off-grid communities, about 8,000. And when University of Leicester ran the tool, they found that 98% of those communities produce more than enough waste biomass to meet their entire energy demand. And in many cases, 20 times more biomass than they actually need. So that means, what do they do with the other 20 times of biomass waste? It's just rotting, creating greenhouse gases. So why don't we convert that into kerosene and export it from those communities? And now they've converted their waste into a commodity, and they have added value to something that was previously a waste using our technology. So in this project, what the hydrocarbon reseller has said is that, well, we've got 700 locations across the country. We want to do some work using this geospatial mapping capability to develop the business case for the best 100 sites. So that will now give us effectively a pipeline of 100 potential installation sites. And in the project, we will be developing the business case for each site. Okay. To develop the business case further to full commercialization means that we need to take the waste, we need to convert it through our machine into the biochar, and the biochar is what it's the farmers. That biochar has to be tested to see whether it complies with something called the European Biochar Certificate. And if it complies with that European Biochar Certificate, then we can sell it. We generate carbon credits for every ton of biochar, we generate about 2.5 carbon credits. But those carbon credits are then what we can sell through the voluntary carbon trading market globally for dollars, pounds, and euros. Okay. The cost, okay, of doing that testing of the material in our machine requires a trial, and that's really what we're looking at. So we're looking to partner with agri-processors who are prepared to front that cost to test their material in our machine, okay, to see whether it's EBC compliant, and if it is, then we can get certified for carbon credits, which we can trade, and that will then finance the installation.
Thank you very much. Thanks. So just to confirm, the raise is still $1.6 million.
Well, that was what we needed in match funding, for the project. But
is that a one-to-one match? So there's the 1.6.
So it's not a one-to-one match exactly, but I think that would confuse things really. The real opportunity, that was just to run the project,
right?
Okay, and that's where there's a lot of technology risk. Okay, however, we know that our machine already produces biochar, which we have tested in the lab, that's compliant with EBC certificate.
I'm trying to get to a number. So what is the raise?
Okay, for each site that we want to test their material in our machine to see if we can get carbon credits, okay, to run that trial typically costs, well, I'll give you an arbitrary figure. It can be more because of depending on the complexity. But if we using your feedstock in our machine, okay, to make that happen, that's why it could be more depending on the situation. Right. And then once we've produced the biochar in our machine, we send it to the lab. The lab tells us this biochar is either EBC compliant or not.
Mhm.
Now, if it came back saying it's not EBC compliant, okay, you know, in chemical engineering, it might be that the concentration of nickel was too high. And in fact, we had one like this. The limit is 50 milligrams per kilo. We had one come back recently. It was 52 milligrams per kilo.
Okay. So I need to stop.
So now we need to go and get more material, run the trial again under different operating conditions to bring it down below 50 milligrams.
So I need Awa to respond to you. Just give him all your responses and how your mind is working regarding, taking things forward. Just give him that, because we need to close the, and I'm sorry I won't be able to take you, but if we have your details, like I said before, you get connected to.
So let me just go to the figures and then leave the other. It's not boring for me, but I think it may be boring for the others to get. So and basically, I could see, even if you you send this into lab and then this is not stuff, you can still use the nickel and everything for. Absolutely right. For the tests, for the testing, then because we have a 30K testing cost.
Yeah.
So if it went by came back negative, we still have something to fall back on. Right.
Well, we need to. So what we would do initially is that we would say, for instance, because the machine is not actually here in Nigeria at the moment, and this is what's the projects that we have in Nigeria are paying for us to build new machines, which we will then install in Nigeria. So the machine, our pilot unit, is currently in Europe. Okay, so we have to send a batch of material from Nigeria to Europe, put that material through our machine. So let's send a big batch of material. So we only have to send one batch. Now, if the first test is negative, we'll just go and take from that batch, run another test. But that's where the price can go up, because if what we're having to do is we're having to tweak the conditions. Do we get the material that meets the specification? If the answer is no, we then have to run another set, do the run again, and with different operating conditions, and then let's see if it now meets the certificate standard.
Okay, for the investment aspect now,
Yeah.
You need how much in total?
Okay, so I think because where we are at the moment is we've had, and we're just waiting for the outcome of one of those trials using some waste that we've shipped from Nigeria. And we have, an offer from a carbon financier, right, who is prepared to give us what we would need. Okay, so to run the project. The opportunity that I'm saying is this other 100 locations that we want to develop the business for. So if you think that's 30,000 per location as a minimum, okay, we will get better in the sense of if, and the stuff that we're testing at the moment is cassava waste. So if we test cassava waste in Ibadan, hopefully there's not going to be too much difference to cassava waste in Benin. So we're hoping that once we've got it right with the first one, the second and the third and the fourth one, we should get it right first time. So let's say that we go back to that 30,000 per site. Yeah, that's our initial investment. Because once we've got that EBC compliant biochar, we can then go back to the carbon financier and say, here's a bankable project using our technology. We can convert this waste into carbon credits.
So who is guaranteeing this risk? Who will guarantee the risk of my 30K?
Ah, okay. Right. So what we've tried to do, that's why we've tried to make the cost as low as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is again where we've absorbed a lot of the initial risk for showing that we can produce material, EBC compliant material using our technology. So you're looking at what we've already done with somebody else's cassava waste. We can show you, here's an EBC certificate that we produced from.
Is there a cushion? Investment.
Okay, so getting the carbon financing is one aspect. So if this doesn't meet that requirement, there is still other products that can go into the market, like the kerosene, like the biochar that can be converted to biofertilizer. So you
we are looking about 300,000, isn't it? No, sorry, yeah,
3 million.
$3 million dollars, yeah?
Just to do
For-
the testing.
Just to do the testing.
trials.
Because now, if you're doing $3 million for testing, we have to be sure
Mhm.
what we are investing, because we are not in of your business. Big picture, is it open for business investments?
Okay. In terms of what, equity?
Yeah, in terms of equity.
So what we would be looking at is, like, say we could form a joint venture, yeah, and your investment would be into the joint venture. So you've got cash input into that joint venture, and we are bringing the
$3 million
technology, and we
dollars,
we
yeah?
then sit
Just to
down
do
with
the
the test, like
just to do the
private,
trials.
negotiation.
Because now, if you're doing $3 million for
joint venture.
testing, we have to be
So in that
sure
joint venture, we own and operate the
what
equipment.
we are
You're
investing,
bringing the
because
working
we are not in
capital, okay, and then the profits get shared according to what we've agreed.
okay,
your
business. You, I think picture,
the deal
is it
room,
open.
we have a
for
deal.
business investments.
The deal,
Okay.
there are
In
two
terms
aspects of the deal.
What,
I'm looking at
equity?
in terms of
the
equity.
holistic business
So what we would be
coming
looking
into
at
Tingo
is, like, say
Mobile
we could
being
form
a
a
part
joint
of this
venture,
business.
yeah,
Where I'm going
and
to
your investment
I'm going
would
to
be
be
into the
introducing
joint
you
venture.
to
So you've
our
got cash.
the mother company in the UK. Okay. The Tingo Inc. First, and then the Nigerian aspects, which I will be handling. Then I will need a paper a presentation on this, all the aspects of businesses that we do, so we can do both. But importantly, I will introduce you to Chris Cleveland, who is the president of this company in the UK. We can set up a meeting via the deal managers, of course. They are here to see that deal going on. Everything goes through them because this is their platform. I know Richard will not be happy to see his business flying away. So all the NDA that we need to sign or whatever, I don't know what it is, before I do that. So what I'm trying to say, from us Tingo, we have a deal until maybe the numbers or we didn't agree.
So due
So
diligence,
you're here,
pending
we,
due
yeah,
diligence.
we are due diligence and then all the QACs or whatever it is. So we have a deal.
So we've seen deals. I mean, we'll come to the end of taking pitches, and like I said before, if you registered, you'll be gotten back to. If you didn't register, please register your deal or your details with the desk there, and then somehow through the platform that we're setting up, we will get back in touch with you. I would like the chief of party of the activity, USAID Nigeria Agribusiness Investment Activity, to close us out from this deal room, and then you will get further engagements subsequently. Olumide.
All right, thanks. And with very profound apology to you, because you've been here, but we just have to respect time. There are other items on the agenda of the overall FNS that are yet to be closed out. So please, my very deep apology for not able to take you. So we we thank everyone who have made it possible for us to have this elaborate engagement since yesterday. The interest generated in the room since yesterday have been quite impressive, and it kind of gives us a better overview of the level, the depth of innovation in enterprises that exist within the Nigeria business sector. We are very excited to even see multiple value chains that were almost relegated. And we believe so strongly that we're taking away a lot of initiative for follow-up on this deal room. One thing we need to assure ourselves of is that there will be post-deal room engagement. This will not stop. It will be an ongoing engagement on a rolling basis. And as much as possible, we see how we can institutionalize this interface that will be able to warehouse and accommodate as much businesses as possible in the days ahead. So thank you so much. The deal managers will be reaching out to every of the businesses that were able to pitch and those that couldn't pitch as well. And then we can take it up there at the post-deal room level. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful evening. Yeah.
Thank you.